Yo, what is up, Ramblin Raiders listeners? Welcome back to the podcast. We have a special show for you tonight featuring Brandon Camp with the Texas Tech ice hockey team. This is Jackson Griffon, or sometimes known as the Chef, bringing you this Texas Tech content that y'all know and follow so well. We appreciate all the support. Follow us on our social medias at Ramblin Raiders for Twitter, at Ramblin Raiders for Instagram, at Ramblin Raiders for TikTok. And then if you're still using Facebook, it's Ramblin Raiders Podcast is the Facebook page. So check us out on any of those. YouTube channel, which you can watch this episode on. You're probably watching it on there right now. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that. Hit the like button. All that goes a long way in helping us gauge where we're at with our followers. So thank y'all for tuning in. Brandon Camp, senior at Texas Tech, part of the Texas Tech ice hockey team. Thanks for joining the show, man. What's going on?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I just wanted to come on, talk about the Tech hockey team, some of our upcoming games, maybe where you guys could get our jerseys. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're excited, man. I know we've kind of been, talking about this for a while, and it sounds like the timing lined up pretty well because y'all just had your basically season openers, and I'll let you talk about that a little bit. Season's underway. Started off down in of all places, you think for about ice hockey, down in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah, Shreveport. We played ETBU down there, a 2-game series just this past weekend. We finished 0-2, unfortunately, but it was a hard-fought series. I think 3-6, and then 4-5 in overtime we lost. But we're excited about our team this year. We think we have a lot of potential, and we're real excited about our matchup with Houston in 2 weeks. And then we play them back to back in Houston and then also in Amarillo.
Awesome. Coming up. So yeah, that's exciting. So real quick to kind of start us off here in this ice hockey season opening segment that we're featuring here. I want you to Brandon, talk about your involvement with the Texas Tech ice hockey team, and then a little history, or more of I guess a informational bit about the Texas Tech ice hockey team for our followers and for Texas Tech fans who might not be familiar with how that works and the club level and how it's tied to the school. If you could kind of give an in-depth look into that. And then also, I know you're a senior. You were telling me before we got, started on the podcast tonight, just your involvement and how long you've been with Texas Tech ice hockey.
So yeah, I've been a part of the hockey team now for all 4 years in some capacity. The COVID year was a little tough. Obviously, travel and everything was messed up, but yeah, I've been playing here for a while. I became the director of marketing before last season, so I've been in charge of that for the last couple of years, and that's been a lot of fun. Interacting with Tech fans and building our brand in Lubbock and Amarillo, because that's where we play. So yeah, then that brings me more into the team. So we are a club sport, so we're not directly tied with athletics. We're tied with the sport club program here. But we're the largest sport club program and following on social media and everything. And I don't want to brag, but I'd say we get probably some of the most eyeballs of any of the sport clubs. And so, yeah, the team has been around in some capacity since 1999. There were some down years after the Lubbock Coliseum the ice was removed from the Lubbock Coliseum. So the initial team was able to actually play in the Lubbock Coliseum along with the Lubbock Cotton Kings. I don't know if you have heard of them, but yeah, they were a CHL team, but when they folded, so did the Tech hockey team because there wasn't enough money to keep the ice going. So then there were some down years, but in the last couple of years, we've been able to sort of rejuvenate the program, and we're headed in the right direction now, I'd say.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm from the Houston area. I know you're from the Houston area as well, Brandon. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Astros getting it done tonight in Minnesota. That was, a big game and much needed, really blew them out of the water there. So quick, shameless Astros plug, because when it comes to the Texas Tech, fan base, I feel like it's a hard divide between the Rangers and the Astros, Mavericks, Rockets, Cowboys, Texans, man. Dallas and Houston, bitter enemies. And for whatever reason, it's like the Rangers fans, man, just really really down on the Stros of late, I think, with a lot of our success. So on that note, though, the Dallas Stars, I mean, a team that really, I mean, Houston fans got to pull for the Stars too, because that's the only hockey team we have in the state. But I see a lot of Texas Tech fans who, you know, are very active on Twitter, who are huge Dallas Star fans. So to your point, you know, you're talking about y'all get a lot of eyes on your team, a lot of eyes on the club. It makes sense because there seems to be a lot of kind of built-in support for just hockey in general amongst the Texas Tech faithful, whether it was in Lubbock for the Cotton Kings or if, you know, you got your DFW Red Raiders supporting the Dallas Stars. So this is, you know, an exciting, I'm really glad that you came on, Brandon, because I think this is an exciting opportunity for Texas Tech fans who love hockey, who maybe don't know as much as they'd like to about the team, to get to know y'all a little bit better.
Yeah, I know recently the Stars had kind of an issue with college night or something. They left Tech out somehow, and a lot of
Wow.
people were pretty upset. But
Talk about
yeah, I
dropping the
know.
ball, man. Dropping the puck. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. That was a mistake by them, but um, yeah, I know there's a lot of built-in support here, and it's nice to see. And hopefully, we can continue to capitalize on it, and really uh, build up the team here, and hopefully get a rink here one day too. I think it would really go.
Yeah.
I think it'd really be popular then.
Awesome. So yeah, no, I agree, man. I mean, you know, Red Raider Nation turns out, you know, they support all of their teams because we're just a very passionate, you know, diehard fan base. So I think you hit it on the head right there. So let's talk about, before we get to, you know, the jersey promotions coming out soon, as you were saying, and then also talk about the Houston matchup, kind of what y'all season, you know, just a quick sort of overview of y'all's season at large. Like, how long is the season going to last? You know, how many games or will people have an opportunity to go see? Let's just do kind of a snapshot of that first.
Yeah, so I believe we have 16 games this year. We started last weekend, so we'll run from about October to March. Um, Unfortunately, we had one of our home series in Amarillo in the second semester canceled against Western Colorado. They had to back out due to financial, concerns or whatever. But
I
we
think they were
replaced that.
probably just scared of you guys, but yeah, they'll, you know, come up with whatever excuses they can.
We have beat them, I think, something like 8 times in a row. Um, but yeah. Um, so yeah, this semester though we played our game in Shreveport, then we're headed down to Houston the 20th and 21st, and then Houston comes up to Amarillo the 27th and 28th, and then we play TBU again, and then we finish out the semester in Austin against Texas State, which should be a
Awesome.
fun
Yeah.
matchup. And then second semester we play Dallas Baptist in Dallas. Then I think we replaced Western Colorado with Colorado College. So we'll go up to Colorado Springs, I believe, for that. Then there's an Allen American Classic in Dallas as well. So if we've got any Dallas Red Raiders, that's also a great opportunity. The Allen American Classic is a lot of fun. I know last year we had a lot of Tech fans there and a lot of support from the Dallas Alumni Association there. So that was cool.
That's awesome. I mean, I just heard, yeah, DFW, Houston, Austin, Amarillo. I mean, these are all hubs where you're going to find a good contingency of Red Raiders. So moving forward, we, you know, I'm going to stay in contact, obviously, with you, Brandon. But yeah, highlighting these opportunities. The one great thing about, you know, Texas Red Raider Nation, about Texas Tech fans, is that we are, you know, global, right? We're all, and especially
Yeah.
from a state perspective, we're statewide. We're all over the place. Whenever we play in Waco, you're going to see a lot of red there because you got you know, Red Raiders in the DFW area. We play in Austin. I mean, we saw what happened with the basketball games, right? Just completely taking over
Yeah, I
the
was at
Frank
that one.
Irwin. Yeah, I was going to say I didn't get to go to the last, I guess the last one or two of them, or I actually, unfortunately, I went to the last one that we lost in their
Oh yeah,
the
just barely.
Moody Arena. But yeah, barely. I mean, that was such a close game, and for where our team was at. And then yeah, like you said, the ones before that though, with against Beard was great, man. Whenever
Mhm.
we won, and just the electric crowd, you could hear Raider power going. So anything in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Waco, San Antonio, Houston. I mean, Texas Tech fans show out, and they need to be showing out to support our Texas Tech ice hockey team. I mean, there's nothing more fun than the environment at a hockey game, man. I think I'd put that up there with anything.
Yeah, there's physicality, we're not supposed to, but occasionally there's, a little bit of fighting.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, there's goals, there's physicality, it's got everything, speed.
I love it, man.
So, yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming that we just have a couple bruisers on our squad this year. More than
Oh yeah.
likely, huh?
Yeah, we got a couple.
Okay, good. Glad to hear it. Okay, so snapshot of the season. Let's do a quick, and actually I'm going to plug our sponsor for this episode, pennantpatchworks.com. Guys, if you haven't seen or gone to pennantpatchworks.com, seen the work that Pennant Patchworks does, it's amazing. They got the best hats in the game, in my opinion. Make sure you use the promo code Ramblin, RAMBLIN. Again, that's RAMBLIN, all caps. 10% off whatever your total purchase amount is. You're going to get 10% off of that. So load up on some Texas Tech hats from pennantpatchworks.com. On that note, speaking of plugs, promotions, before we jump to the Houston matchup and when people can come watch y'all play in Houston coming up here soon, let's talk about the Texas Tech ice hockey jerseys. I'm on record saying, and I was telling you this pre-pod, right? I think Texas Tech has some of the sexiest threads in all of college athletics, in baseball, basketball, football, you name it. But when it comes to Texas Tech ice hockey, that's going to be my next big purchase, because I think I'll just say those are my favorite jerseys in the Texas Tech lineup, in the Texas Tech rotation. So let's talk about when you guys are going to be putting those on sale for people to purchase.
So yeah, we'll have those up during our Houston home series. So the 27th and 28th, it'll be open for about a 2-week period. And if you want to stay up to date with us, it'll be we'll promote it a bunch on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So that's usually TTU Hockey or Texas Tech Hockey Club is where you can find us on any of those. But yeah, I know we've sold jerseys to Sir Roderick Thompson. I think Dallas Braden's got one. We hand delivered one to Baron Morton. So yeah, a lot of guys love them.
That's a solid
grateful.
lineup of some Texas, big time Texas Tech athletes there.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get Joey one at some point, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he would absolutely love having a Texas Tech ice hockey jersey.
Yeah.
We need to get him out to one of the games whenever he finally gets a little downtime after the season, man, and y'all's back half of y'all's season. So y'all sell them at the games? Do you sell them through, or I guess you were saying through y'all social medias? You can reach out and there's a way to get them.
So yeah, we have
there.
Yeah, we have a website. It's our distributor xjerseys.com, but we'll post the direct links on our Instagram story, Facebook story, anywhere you can find our content. We'll have a link up for it. And then you just buy through the website, and that's how you get one. And there's also other merch like t-shirts, and I believe there's backpacks or like Yeti type mugs. I don't think they're actually Yetis, but they're kind of that like tumbler, I guess.
Tumblers.
But
yeah, no,
all sorts of stuff you can get.
As a guy who loses things very easily, I can tell you right now, you cannot have enough tumblers in your cabinet, in your rotation. All right, very good, Brandon. So here we go, man. Game coming up against Houston. Houston now in the Big 12 and just being an in-state opponent. I won't go as far as saying like a rival yet, just because we seem to really dominate in the things we've played them in of late. But still, an in-state in-state opponent, an opportunity to kind of get y'all season on track. Show out in front of fans. Talk to us about the upcoming matchup against the Cougars.
Yeah, so I'm from Houston. So this worked out great for me. We haven't yet played in Houston since I've been here, so it'll be fun to have the whole family out for that one for me. But yeah, so Houston is in their first year as a club team. They're playing all sorts of teams in the TCHC, which is the Texas Collegiate Hockey Conference. We aren't in that yet. They aren't in that yet. But that's where most of the big teams in Texas play.
Mhm.
But I see a lot of similarities in Houston from what we've had the last couple of years. They're kind of building up. They're just now getting off the ground. And then I've played in Houston since I was in, whenever high school and
Yeah.
just playing around drop-ins and stuff. So I know a lot of the guys on that team. So it should be a fun matchup. Hopefully we can get some Houston Red Raiders out there. It'll be at the Sugarland Ice Rink. Uh,
Okay. Nice.
yeah, should be exciting. And then we'll play
Very.
them. We play them in Houston, then we play them two more times up in Amarillo. So it might be
Okay.
pretty chippy by the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, a little, basically like a home and away there. And yeah, I mean, if you got some, doesn't sound like bad blood, but you're familiar with a lot of these guys. Yeah, man, getting down to that, third, fourth matchup, I could see it turning into
Yeah.
a little bit more of a physical bout, man. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and I really wish I could be there, and I would be there if I wasn't going to be out of town. This is a PSA, and also goes directly towards my brother, who y'all know well on the Ramblin' Raiders show, Laney's Locks. Weddings during football season, during hockey season, not a let's try to do away with that in the future. Let's just load up the spring as best we can, or the summer. I mean, I know it's hot, so it's going to be more indoors, but this will be my. I have back-to-back weddings coming up in this week and next, and so and you said it's going to be the is it the last weekend of October y'all are playing?
We
No,
play
it's
in Houston the 20th and 21st.
that's right.
And
I'm
then
sorry. Yeah.
and then in Amarillo is the last week, which is
Okay.
also a football bye week. So hopefully we can get a lot of people out for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I it'll my other co-host who used to do the podcast with me, Nick Thompson, is the weekend of y'all's game in Houston. So yeah, back-to-back weddings. I mean, they're taking me away from hockey, Texas Tech hockey games, Texas Tech, football games to watch. I don't know what the deal is, but everyone's really loading up on wedding season right in the middle of primetime sports watching. This is my announcement to them, begging them, no more. We're done with it. Us sports fans, we gotta put a stop to it. So anyone else though in the Houston area? I mean, we know Sugarland. It's easily accessible if you're North Houston, South Houston. It's not a hard place to get to. Make sure that you turn out. So how many times are y'all playing them? Is it
Twice. We play Friday
twice?
and Saturday.
Okay, so
Friday is
yeah.
at 7, I believe, and then Saturday is at 12:30.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better, guys. Get out, go support our Texas Tech, club hockey team. Get you a jersey, meet the guys, and show Houston the power of Red Raider Nation and just the passionate support that Red Raider Nation provides. So that's going to be a great opportunity. Other than that, Brandon, that's all I had for us, man. If you have any other plugs you want to give, and I think let's go ahead and get the social media plugs for the hockey team one more time. So if you're watching this and you want to keep up with hockey updates, hockey content for Texas Tech, this is where you can find them at.
Yes, this year we're really stepping up our game. We got a videographer. He's doing some great work for us. We got some sick videos coming out. So, yeah, you can find those on TTU Hockey on Instagram, and then Texas Tech Hockey Club on Twitter and Facebook is where we're at. And then
Awesome.
we also have a website, ttuhockey.com, which is where you can get our tickets as well for our home games in
Very
Amarillo.
good, man. Very cool. Well, hey, if you guys want to see, Brandon the Bruiser just laying the wood down, man, on the ice and taking care of business against Houston, you know where to find him now. Also for our Amarillo Red Raiders, you're going to have an opportunity to see our ice hockey team performing as well. And so this is an exciting time, man. Ice hockey, football, the physical sports are all lining up right here during this back half of the year of 2023. Thanks again for coming on, Brandon. Any final words you want to say before we hop off?
I know you guys give out picks, right?
Yes, we do. We're
What do
we're
you
gonna record the rip tomorrow with our panel with Big Pick Joe and Laney and them, and yeah, man, gonna try to. A couple of them haven't been doing so well, man. I haven't, and I can't talk because I've been kind of behind the veil, not putting out as many picks. But I know Lane's been doing pretty solid, so we'll see what the Week 7 slate has in store.
have been a little cold lately, but we'll see. Hopefully get back on track this weekend.
Yeah, man. So do you have any picks you like to or you like to share for and I'll we'll shout them out on the rip tomorrow as well.
One I was proud of a couple weeks ago was the Houston Tech over. That seemed almost too easy. It was a little worrying that Houston kept scoring, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know. What's Tech? Is Tech I think favored by one or so?
We're
It's based.
last I saw, I had it at 1.5 this week against KSU. You and I were talking about this a little bit pre-pod, and for anyone who's wondering, who's seeing this, I'm going to try to get this episode out tomorrow morning, like really early. So that'll be Wednesday morning. And then Lane and I are going to record the Texas Tech KSU preview tomorrow night. But I mean, these two teams are really evenly matched. I definitely can see, all the analytic number crunchers out there in the Twitter world that they get all these matchup predictors based off the numbers, had this being a close game. And then when you look at the personnel and the guys on paper, it kind of adds up. I mean, this is just two teams that mirror each other. So 1.5. The thing I love about it is it's at home, man. The Jones is going to be rocking, night game. This team's got momentum back. I think it's going to be a pretty rowdy atmosphere.
Yeah. Well,
So
I honestly I like to stay away from Tech because I'm just kind of superstitious about that. So I'm looking at this now. I like West Virginia -3 against Houston. Looks pretty
oh
good to me.
oh yeah, is that one? I'm guessing it's got to be in Houston for it to even be that close.
It looks like it's in Houston, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I gotta have
I
faith in
think
West
it's.
Virginia
Oh,
since
I
we
agree,
lost, so
man.
hopefully they're good.
Yeah, I think they're solid. Neil Brown is clinging on for dear life, but he's doing a good job this year. And I saw earlier, actually, I saw a thing on Twitter. Somebody had shared that they have seats in, at the stadium going for $1 right now. So I don't expect there to be a lot of Cougars out there supporting the squad. And I think that's a great pick, man. That'll be our. You know what? I might, because we've been messing up on our and haven't given out our Unity picks on the last couple of rip shows. So that might have to be the Unity pick of the week right there, courtesy of Mr. Brandon Camp. We'll shout that out tomorrow with the boys on the panel and say that is the Unity lock of the week.
Hopefully it works out.
Yeah, man, I love it. No, I think you're on the money with that one. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, keep your guns up, ramble on, get ready to go out and support, Texas Tech football and Texas Tech ice hockey as well, coming up here in Houston here in the next couple of days, next 2 weeks, and we will be here for you next time, man. We'll see y'all. Ramble on. And now here's the part where I pull a hammy trying to get this thing stopped. Later, guys.